What's happening, Hoodlum Gang? Welcome back to my channel. This your boy Hoodie from the Hood, aka your friend from that big O N, and I'm back at y'all with another video. But before we get started, if you happen to be new to the channel, you want to become a member of the Hoodlum Gang, all you got to do is hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave me a comment down below, share the video, tell a friend to tell a friend, and go on over to Instagram and follow me at Hoodie from the Hood. Y'all see the title? I wanted to get into this. I'm still doing the series to the most notorious cliques in San Diego. I left off on part 3. I believe I'm gonna do 2 more parts. So y'all stay tuned for part 4 and part 5. But this is something that I felt like I wanted to speak on because it's an interesting topic. It's interesting circumstances, and I'm hearing a lot of people say what they would or should or could have done in the situation, and I just want to give my opinion on what happened. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, and if you can't read the title, 607 Unc, who has been going viral the past, I'd say probably 6 months, maybe even longer. I believe he worked for No Jumper now. He was on No Jumper doing what he do. He's a bit of a character. He says things. He kind of remind me of Orlando Brown, but yeah, Orlando Brown. We'll just leave it at that. So he was on No Jumper, and it turns out that, well, he's from St. Louis. It turns out that they found out he was from Hoover in St. Louis. He got a Hoover tat on him. And they was kind of giving him a hard time about that, you know, just messing with him like, hey, you gonna let 4 extras know you got that Hoover tatted on you? Because he got Hoover tatted right here on his stomach. First of all, I didn't know that his name 607 Unc was like 6 O's and 107 Hoover put together. This is how much he trolled. GDBD Vice Lord. Stop playing with me, gang. Swear to God, on my mama. You know. Larry David, which is King David, and Larry Hoover, he putting them together. Like, this dude is a master troll. You know what I'm saying? And this is what he was up there doing, saying he is from Hoover and 6-0. Now, I also seen an interview on S. Wiggins' channel with a dude from 60s in St. Louis. And I believe they do got some type of connection with the Hoovers. They actually beef with the 6 Deuce East Coasters, which is crazy. But the way old boy explained it on S. Wiggins, he was saying that they was already beefing with them when they was called something else. They had a whole different name, and it was already war with them, and then they switched to 6 Deuce East Coast, and then I guess they just kept the war going. Like, it don't matter what you change your name to, it's pretty much F y'all. I think, I can't say how they should have, what they should have done, but I feel like they could have went about it like, hey man, knowing, you know, California and how the politics is and the alliances, that maybe they should have tried to come to some type of something like, hey man, we pressing neighborhood now, you know, it's, I don't know. They could have tried to clean that up, but they still enemies to this day. And so he's claiming 6-0 Hoover, all kind of stuff. And Munchie B is asking him about the tattoo, and he decides to say a little saying that they used to say, Hoover Hoover, whoop-de-whoop, and whoop-de-whoop being a derogatory term for the Damu's remover. So Munchie B says, what? And he says it again, Hoover Hoover, whoop-de-whoop remover. And Munchie B says, hey, you better watch your mouth. And he instantly says, oh, my bad, gang. I'm sorry, I apologize. Whatever. And then Munchie B like, man, people be letting this content go too far in these characters and all that. But I honestly feel like it was a genuine slip up on 607 Unc's behalf. Do I think, first of all, he's not even pressing no type of gang stuff. Second of all, you in LA, you out of bounds, and you by yourself. Do I think he's bold enough to do something like that? No, it's just common sense. Now, of course, everybody who don't like Munchie B is going to be like, oh, he should have did this, he should have did that, he should have. I honestly believe that Munchie did what he was supposed to do. He asked him again, and oh boy, oh, my bad. You know what I mean? And checked himself. Now, you could bring up the Brick Baby situation. I know some of y'all going to do that, but the difference is, oh boy didn't apologize. At least not right away. He said, let me get an N-word, and Brick Baby just gave it to him. He didn't say, what you say? Or, you got me fucked up. You know what I mean? Or, hey man, we're gonna holler after this. Nothing. He just gave it to him. Now, Brick Baby said he wanted to, he didn't want to bring more attention to it. I mean, but at the end of the day, it ended up blowing up bigger than, you should have just addressed it right there. Not addressed it. Excuse me. He would have been better off addressing it right then and there than trying to sweep it under the rug, because that backfired and it made him look some type of way. DW Flame, did he say my bad? I can't even remember. But he asked for the N-word. We just wanted to see some type of something from Brick Baby. I don't think nobody expected Brick Baby to get up and squabble DW Flame right then and there. I know some ignorant, and I say ignorant because the age that some of us are, and some people believe he's supposed to crash out right here. Nah, y'all can handle that later. Y'all can either have a conversation or y'all could get down later or whatever the case. I didn't expect Brick Baby to do nothing right then and there, but I definitely didn't expect Brick Baby to just not say nothing at all and hand him the cigarette. But that's neither here nor there. We already discussed that. We passed that. Munchie B asked him again, what you say? He said it. And once he told him, you better watch your mouth, 607 Unc snapped out of that character and was like, oh, my bad, gang. He apologized more than I can even count. It was a handful of times. And he was like, you know, I'm just talking about what it was back in the days type of stuff. This is what we used to say, whatever. Y'all seen the clip. If y'all haven't, go watch it. It's all over the internet. It went viral. Some people believe 607 Unc was trying him or trolling him. I don't believe. Like I said, you out there by yourself. You don't got no backup. You don't got no Hoovers or no 6-0s or whatever you claim. You don't have none of that that's finna come to your aid, homie. You're not tapped in, so I doubt that you out there playing. And let's say he was being serious. IF and Hoovers don't beef, so what you think they finna come to your aid because you on here being disrespectful, talking out the side of your neck? Like, it just don't make no sense. Like I said, you got a lot of people who don't like Munchie. Understandably so. I personally don't have a problem with Munchie, but I see, you know, why somebody else would. And they like, oh, he should have did this, he should have did that. Now, you got Whack coming out the cut. This dude, man. You got Whack coming out the cut talking about Munchie B should have did this, Munchie B should have did that, and all this. Bro, this is coming from the same person who been said that he let go of that gangbanging mentality. There's literally a clip of him, I think he was talking to the Viral Way, on No Jumper, saying how, I ain't even gonna lie, she thick. I'm in front of the gym. I'm finna go up in there and get it in, but goddamn. Anyways, oh man, y'all just caught Hoodie being a creep. Anyways, Whack, this is the dude who said that he was banging he hit prison at 16. And by the time he was 19, he got out of that gangbanging mentality, which is a good thing. But it's not when you acting like you the toughest and biggest Paru on earth. You banged for a 3-year period. Really. I mean, you banged before that, but you really banged for a 3-year period. Because he said out of his own mouth that when he got to the pen, he became CK Wack. Do y'all not remember him saying that on Vlad? So you became CK Wack in reception center, not on the streets where you was actually putting in work trying to get an actual CK. Not in YA where you actually gangbanging against your enemies in its own site. In prison where you're not even banging like that because it's more of a racial thing. That's where you put the CK on your name. See, that type of shit right there is what niggas who know better, all y'all goofballs, y'all gonna just eat that shit up and be like, oh yeah, it sound good. Anybody who really bang gonna be like, that don't even make sense. So for a 3-year period, you was CK Wack behind the wall, not on the streets out here getting cracking, behind the wall. And then by 19, you got out of that gangbanging mentality, but you sitting here telling somebody else that they need to jump up and get cracking. A blind dude. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I still don't believe he's all the way blind. That's just me personally, and a lot of people don't. And I've spoken with Munchie plenty of times over the course of time, but I ain't never asked him that. I mean, obviously, that ain't no shit you ask nobody, and I don't think he'd tell me anyways if he could see. But, so you telling somebody who's blind to jump up and get cracking on somebody who made an honest mistake. People slip up, people say things. It's your reaction that we looking at. And I think Munchie B handled himself accordingly. Mind you, we all 30, 40. Some dudes is 50. Like, to hear some of these dudes say the type of shit that they saying, homie, is like, man, some of y'all need to grow up, homie. Some of y'all need to grow up. I ain't, listen, homie. If 6-0 Unc would have kept that same energy, then yeah, everybody would have been, I would have been looking at Munchie like, oh, nigga, if he'd have been like, man, you heard what I said. Hoover, hoover, whoop-de-whoop, remove it. Oh, my bad, gang, my bad. You know, hey, I apologize. It should be over. It was an honest mistake. Like, come on, homie. Anybody could see that wasn't intentionally done, homie. But I don't know. What y'all think? Y'all think Munchie B was supposed to crash out? Do y'all think 607 Unc was trying him and trying to see how far he can get? Which, like I said, I don't believe, because you out of bounds and you don't have no backup, no reinforcements, nothing. You gotta be. I understand he trolled, but I don't think that man is stupid enough to play that type of game. I don't even care if y'all agree with Wack. If you agree with Wack at this point, something is wrong with you, because this dude to say anything. Like I said, the man said he got out of that mentality, that gangbanging mentality, when he was 19 years old. Homie, that's cool, but when you put everything on Paru, it don't add up. 19 is young to be tapping out of the gang world. That's your prime. He got out at 22. If you was really like that, and I'm not saying it's a badge of honor, I'm just saying in that world it is. In the real world it's not. But you got out at 22, you was supposed to be out here cracking. You was supposed to be out here politicking, rounding up the troops, joining in, whatever they had going on the streets. You was supposed to fall right in line and be on that type of time. You got out, you drove trucks, you made a career for yourself. That's a good thing. But sitting up here acting like what somebody else should have did, telling a nigga in his 30s on top of that. Not like you telling a young kid what he should have did. You telling a nigga in his 30s, in his mid-30s, that he supposed to crash out. And then if he would have crashed out, you would have had a whole nother spin on how he's stupid. And see, y'all gangbangers, and this is what I be trying to tell y'all. You can't win with niggas like that. But anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I'm finna get up in this gym and go see what I can see. I'm out.